Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cooking Rules with Jules. That's me. My name is Julia Pontanis, and I'm here to help you make your kitchen experience not only healthy, but also easy too, or easy and healthy. How about both? I like both. So today, speaking of easy and healthy, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick and easy turkey meatball. Ground turkey meatball. So of course you could always interchange this if you wanted to use ground beef, great, ground chicken, great, veal, great, whatever type of ground meat you want, you can do that. This would not work very well in the case of a vegetable protein unless you had a lot of binders, and I'm not going to add a lot of binders into mine, so just keep that in mind. But if you did use a binder, it would be, I have here like these Vigo breadcrumbs. These are normally my go-to. These have cheese in them, which always adds a little bit of flavor. But again, today I'm going to keep mine paleo and Whole30, so there will be no grain and no cheese, unfortunately. But anyways, we're going to continue on. So I'm going to just stick this to the side. All I have here, I have 1 pound of ground turkey. This one isn't lean. This is 7% fat, 93% lean. So this one has a little bit more fat to it, have a little bit more flavor. I have my onion, clove of garlic. I have dried Italian seasoning, and I chose this one because it has marjoram, rosemary, thyme, savory sage, oregano, and basil. I love all of those flavors, and it makes for a really savory taste, kind of earthy and savory. You could most certainly use a different spice source. I've done these with, say, like a Chicago grill spice that has different things in it and had a different flavor of meatballs. So don't always feel like your meatballs have to be an Italian flavor. They can be whatever your spice of choice would be. This is really simple. We're gonna go ahead and get started. The key, I'm gonna move this pan out of the way too, and my bowl for right now, to making turkey meatballs is to make sure you have a nonstick pan and plenty of olive oil on the bottom, so that way it doesn't stick. Because once again, I'm not using any binding agents, so that meat's going to be kind of sticky unless I get that pan hot enough with enough fat on the bottom to sear it and seal it up so it doesn't break apart. All I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to use, so this is 1 pound of ground turkey. I'm going to use about 1/2 of my onion here. This is a sweet onion. I don't like regular yellow onions. I think they smell terrible. They make me sweat out terrible onion smells when I work out. Never a good thing. Just stick that to the side. So I went ahead and sliced it in about 1/4 inch slices, long ways, and I'm going to come back around. I'm just going to roll my knife into more long pieces, and then from here I'm just going to kind of stack them up, and I'm going to just go back and give them another mince. So here I have nice minced onions. You could use a red onion here too if you wanted. Again, I feel like red onion's a little bit too strong for my preference. There is a time and place for red onion, like in some delicious venison tacos, for example. That would be great. But today, that's not going to be the case. So I'm going to get these chopped up nice and fine. Because remember, I got to roll these little guys into balls. I'm going to get this dumped into my bowl, just behind me. You also have to prepare to get your hands dirty for this one. I'm going to get some turkey mixing skills in here. All right, so onions in the bowl. Next I have a pretty decent sized clove of garlic. Way too much. I'm going to use about 1/2 of this. So I'm just going to cut it off. And go here. Again, I'm just going to give it a nice little slice and a mince. There is a thing as too much garlic, I promise. I've been there and done that before. It was not a pleasant situation the next day in the gym, that's for sure. So I'm just gonna mince this up. And again, the way that you chop your garlic alters the flavor. Whether you slice it or mince it, it releases the oils a little bit different. Or even if I were to microplane it, it would alter that flavor just a tad bit. All right, so now that I have this, we're gonna go into the bowl. Boop. Okay, yay. Now for the fun part. I like a lot of spice. A lot of spice adds a lot of flavor. So I'm not even gonna bother with the shaky part of this top. I'm actually going to take this Italian seasoning, and if I had to guess, I'm gonna dump about 3 tablespoons in here. Yeah, that's definitely 3 tablespoons. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my salt now. So I'm gonna give this, I don't know, 12 turns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can tell you right now that's not gonna be enough, but I'm gonna add some more in once I get the turkey going. But before I get my hands all gooped up in turkey meat, I'm gonna go ahead and get my pan started. So today I have this really nice non-stick ceramic pan. You can't see me. I don't have the camera set in a good way. I'm gonna go ahead and heat this over a medium heat while I start to get my turkey mixed in. I am a hot mess today. I almost just dropped that whole bowl with my elbow. I'm just gonna toss this up a little bit. So now my seasoning is coated on my onions along with some of the salt. I'm gonna go ahead and pop open my turkey. I had this in the freezer and it defrosted, so it's a little juicy. I don't want to get all that water in there because that's just gonna cause issues when we go to pan fry these little guys up. Pardon me. All right, here we go. As a child, I also enjoyed playing in the mud. This is fun. Some people can't touch raw meat. You can always use a spoon if you want. I just prefer to use my hands. I think it's easier. Just make sure they're nice and clean. And all I'm doing is picking up the turkey meat and folding it in. If you're doing it by hand, pick it up and turn it over, just like that. So it's kind of like folding, if you were to fold in spices in like a baking recipe, if you ever baked. If not, all I'm doing is not spreading the meat around, just getting those flavors nice in. So I have a nice coat going on here. I'm going to go rinse off my meat hand here and add some more salt and mix it again. And then once this pan is heated up, I'm going to start forming these meatballs into just like little palm size. So like maybe 2-inch balls like this. And I'm going to start them in the middle of the pan and then work my way out. Okay, give me a second, hold on. No more turkey hand. Okay, in comes the salt. Okay, this comes out really fine. I just ground in about another 20 shakes of salt in there. So again, get to know your flavor profile a little bit. I find with ground meat, if you don't give it enough salt, it just tastes blah and gross, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a really flavorful meal. So I went ahead and added in a decent amount of salt. You could do some pepper too if you want to make these a little spicy. You could throw some red pepper flake in there. In fact, that's a really good idea. I'm gonna go on the spice cabinet, grab some of these guys, go in here. So see, there you go again. Innovation in the kitchen. I just happened to be thinking and I was like, oh, that'd be a good idea. You can do the same thing here. So if something doesn't 100% suit your fancy, or you feel like it needs a little extra zing, then add some more spice. Spice adds a ton of flavor. This will make these way more exciting anyways. All right, here we go. Mixing in my spices. and my salt. This shouldn't take all that long. And I'm pretty sure this pan is just about ready to go. It's feeling nice and hot. So here we go. I'm going to do this left-handed. I tend to pour my olive oil on my left hand anyways. I feel like I have better control. I feel like my right arm is like, pow, you know, it's just too much all the time. Okay. Okay, I have a nice coat of olive oil here. So now I'm going to start to roll. So it's gonna get a little messy. I'm gonna start by taking a pinch, like so. I'm going to form it into a little ball. I'm going to move closer to this pan, and then I'm going to start to move really fast. Oh yeah, we got the sizzle. So I don't want these too close together, and then I don't want to handle the meat too much either, because it will start to get warm and will fall apart, and you're just going to end up with a sticky mess. So the faster you move, the better. And once that meatball hits the pan, don't move it. Just not yet anyways. It's gonna break apart and it's gonna cause issue, and we don't want that. Look, that one's kind of big. That's okay. There are no mistakes in the arts. Now another useful tool when you're making, especially like turkey meatballs, is a lid. So once I flip these guys over and get them brown on both sides, I'm going to throw a lid on top of it and let it steam up so you get really nice and moist and juicy meatballs. Just going to keep working around my pan. This little guy does not want to do its thing. I may have mentioned this before, but I have an Italian heritage, and there was a lot of meatballs going on in my grandmother's kitchen when I was a young girl, so this is something that I've been doing for a long time. Red sauces too. That's a whole nother episode. Never add sugar in your sauce. I'll bop you on the head. Use real tomatoes. Tastes fantastic. Alright, so I'm working my way around the pan. And these little guys are starting to brown up really nice. And of course I got a little bit of monster goo. So, give me just a second. We're going to come back and flip these over. Okay, I'm back. So, these meatballs have been in here, I would say, about 3 minutes so far. And they're starting to get nice and brown on the bottom. And I'm about ready to flip them. So, I have two utensils here. I have a silicone spatula, because they're kind of small and sticky. And then I also have my silicone-coated tongs, which once they're browned on both sides, they'll be easier to flip. But for now, I'm going to use my chef fingers and my spatula to flip these guys. I'm going to start where I first began. I'm going to flip them over. So I'm going to start from the middle out and then just gently work my way around the pan. And these have a really nice browning on them. Wow, these are looking good. Now, for some reason, it doesn't want to flip over naturally by itself. It means you have to wait longer. I wish my head would stop cutting out of this. So if you're struggling and there's meat left on the bottom of the pan, it's too soon to flip it. But so far, we're looking good here. Everybody's wanting to flip on their own. I've got a really nice brown color. Getting these guys nice and seared up. Oh yes. It's going to be some delicious little meatballs. Okay. You can tell these look amazing. So I got that nice brown coloring on it. I'm gonna put them back on the stove, on the range, and then I'm gonna take my lid and cover it. I'm gonna let them steam up. So I'm gonna let these guys go on another maybe 4 to 7 minutes, depending on how thick of a meatball you have. And then I'm gonna let them rest up. Once this is cooked, I'll give you a little bit of a plating preview since I'm not making anything to go along with this. You could most certainly serve these guys over rice. You could serve them over veggie noodles. You can eat them in a sandwich if you wanted to. So really versatile, or maybe you just need a snack. Maybe you just want a meatball snack. I know sometimes I want a meatball snack. But give us a few minutes and I'll be right back. All right, I'm really excited. These meatballs are done. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my lid off. And look at the steam. Okay. So as you can tell, I got a nice browning on the bottom. That's called the fond, by the way, F-O-N-D. And that is really delicious stuff. So I would suggest if you had some red sauce, you would just heat your red sauce in the same pan. It's gonna be really tasty. But now that my meatballs are fully cooked, I can pull them out of the pan without any issue and get them right into my bowl. And now they're ready to eat, ready for the snacking. And I hope you enjoyed. And as always, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, tell me why, besides the fact I keep cutting my head off today. And also, I want to know what you think. What do you want to learn about? I love to cook, I love to share, I want to help you out in the best way possible because I know healthy eating is difficult, especially here in the United States. I think we're programmed to be poor eaters, and that's just really unfortunate because we're one of the countries that have the most access to healthy ingredients. So anyways, I hope you're having a great day. Hit that subscribe button. See me every Wednesday for your recipe of the week. See you soon.